G'day YouTube, warbles on a lot here. My new t-shirt. Tonksy Wood 2025. Remembering Martin Tonks. If you back scroll my videos you'll find a short clip from his funeral featuring his granddaughter participating. Because such is the way on the alternative lifestyle community, multiple occupancy community, where I don't actually live. I've never been sociable enough sufficiently to actually live on a commune. I am the fool on the hill, a hillbilly hermit. But I do run with the hippies. In fact, I've been running with that mob down there since 1977, before they got title deed to the place and before they bought the place. When I encountered the lady who thought the idea up, Cheri Bell, on the night train when she was coming home from Sydney to Glen Innes, because she was a local girl, and she'd just been to Sydney, talked on to Double J radio and announced to the Sydney Basin that she'd had the vision of forming a limited liability holding company, selling shares in the company to raise enough money to buy the land and then found a community on the land, which adjoined the property her grandmother used to own, and she'd grown up on it. Her grandmother had the Lingeralong Tea house. So yeah, she hatched the idea and she pulled it off. They were moving on to Wytaliba in 1980 when I was going away from town to go nursing, but I had been doing night train trips with Cheri Bell for at least 2 years before they sorted out the paperwork and got the deal done. So I'm not actually an honorary tribal elder, but I'm a fellow traveller. I've been going to Wytaliba for funerals and parties and festivals and markets, yeah, since the 1980s, mid-80s, and I've known about it for nearly 10 years before that. So, this is the Stockwood t-shirt. The name being an obvious riff punning on Woodstock, and they started making stickers to celebrate the event. I first went there in 1986 to a Stockwood, and for those of us interested in global warming matters, when I left at 2 o'clock in the morning in 1986, it was minus 15 degrees. When I left in 1996, it was minus 9 degrees. For about the last 10 years, the temperature has been above 11 degrees positive when leaving. When I left on Saturday night after buying my t-shirt, it was 11 degrees Celsius and raining. We're looking at 20 degrees Celsius, hotter than it used to be at night in the middle of winter. And I don't know what the temperature was like at Deliverance because I bought the ticket, but it was raining and I just didn't feel like going. And if the front of the t-shirt is a bit sombre because it's in memory of Martin Tonks, who passed away, never mind, wait till you see the back. Considering that Wytaliba has arisen phoenix-like from the ashes after the mega firestorm burnover event on the 8th of November 2019, I reckon this is an absolutely majestic piece of artwork for the back of a t-shirt. It would be nice if I thought it was an actual photograph of the Mann River Valley. I don't think it is. because I mean, the horizon line looks right, but the trees to me sort of appear to be a little bit coniferous rather than silky oaks and eucalypts and honey locusts. So I don't think there's a photographic basis for the landscape behind the phoenix, and I don't know why the phoenix is a one-legged phoenix rising over the landscape. But hey, what a corker of a t-shirt with Tonksy on the front and Stockwood 25 on the back. And I didn't make any videos down there because I didn't want to annoy any of them, and some of them don't like being videoed while they're having a party. Almost a pity it's in monochrome, because then you don't actually see the fuck you fingers on the sunglasses. But it's there. Requiescat in pace, Martin, although I can't see you being restful even in the afterlife. Warbles not a lot to YouTube. Ciao.